Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning,
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, we are looking at the chemical reaction on page number 97. Reaction of element with sulfur to form sulfide. When any element react with sulfur, it forms sulfide. Look here. Reaction of element.
Good morning.
Good morning. Elements with sulfur. Here are different reactions when element is sodium, when element is zinc, then FeCuH2NAg. These are the elements which are reacting with sulfur. Here is sulfur. The another element is sulfur, and they form sulfide. They form sulfide. From sodium, when sulfur react with sodium, then it forms sodium sulfide. NaS. Is it right? The formula of sodium sulfide is correct? Yes? Is this formula is right?
No, ma'am. Na2S.
Okay, now tell me why we are putting 2 here. I want to ask this question only.
Because in that book is there 2Na in
to
reactant
balance
side.
the equation.
Repeat your answer.
Ma'am, in book because reactant side 2 is there before Na.
In book is written 2, so we are writing here 2.
To balance the equation.
Right formula.
To balance the equation.
No, this is the not correct answer. Give me the correct answer.
Ma'am, it is also correct.
You tell me once again.
Ma'am,
To balance
NaS
the
is also
equation.
correct.
N is also correct. Again wrong answer. We have studied about how to write formula in previous chapter. Do you know this? Look here. We have to know how to write formula. If you are not knowing this, then you are writing wrong formula. What happened to here? We are writing sodium sulfide, Na and sulfur. Okay. Then the valency of sodium is 1 and the valency of sulfide is 2. And we are interchanging the valency. This Na has 2 valency of sulfur and this sulfur has 1 valency of sodium. So we are writing Na2S. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So be careful about writing formula.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
ZnS. When sulfur react with metal zinc, then it forms ZnS. Why we are putting here ZnS? What is the reason? There is no 2, 1 and anything is there.
Ma'am, because it has valency of 1.
Valency of?
1.
On which element has the valency 1?
Because there is two molecule of
Listen. Look at once again how to write formula. we are having two elements. Is it clear? And zinc has
Yes, ma'am.
two valency and sulfur is also having two valency, and we are interchanging them, Zn2 and S2. So 2 and 2 both are equal, so they cancel out their self, and we are having formula ZnS.
ZNS.
Is it clear?
Yes.
If both the element having the same valency, they cancel out and forms single ZnS. Is it clear? Is
Yes,
it clear
ma'am.
to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So learn how to write formula, learn all the valency. I told you last class, last week, when I was closing the class, I told you to learn valency and symbol of the element. When sulfur react with iron, then it forms FeS, iron sulfide. When it react with copper, then it forms CuS. How many valency of iron and copper?
Ma'am, please repeat question.
How many valency has iron and copper? They are having different valencies.
Ma'am, iron having two valency.
What are they?
Ferrous. Ferrous.
Ferrous
For
and ferric.
ferrous.
But what is the number of
Yes.
valency in that ferrous and ferric?
Ferrous having plus two valency and ferric having plus three valency.
Right answer. So, which type of compound is this? Is it ferrous or ferric?
It is ferrous sulfide.
Right answer. Very good. Because both are having two valency, and two cancel out, and it is ferrous sulfide, not ferric sulfide. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Same here. What is
Yes,
the name of this compound?
Cupric sulfide.
Cupric sulfide. Very good. You are doing good. Because it having two valency. But
Two
cuprum
valency.
has one valency, but there is the compound is two valency compound is there. So it is cupric sulfide. Then S2S, valency of hydrogen is 1, which was putting at the sulfur side, and sulfur has the two valency, which is with the hydrogen. Is it clear?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
same here, Ag2S. The valency of silver is 1, so which is putting with the sulfur, and valency of sulfur is 2, which is putting with the silver. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the reaction when element react with sulfur. All other element is sulfur, and here are the different element. So when we are having the silver ornament, after some time they get blackish in color. They get black color. Why? What is the reason of this black color? Because forming of sulfur.
Silver
This
sulfide.
forms silver sulfide. A layer of silver sulfide is coated silver element, and it becomes silver sulfide, which is black in color. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here are two another example is reaction of sulfur with mercury, and it forms HGS, and then cadmium, reaction of sulfur with cadmium, and it forms CDS, cadmium sulfide, which is yellow in color. Both are having two valency, and they both two cancel out. The next is reaction of element with nitrogen. Here we study about the sulfur, reaction with sulfur. Now it change with nitrogen. Reaction of element with nitrogen. Then nitrogen is an inert gas. Its reactivity not so high, but under special condition. Generally, nitrogen is inactive. It do not take part in so speedily. But when the condition is changed, when we are putting a high temperature or pressure or any catalyst is there, then it react with the element and form nitride. It react with few metals and non-metals, not reacting with the all the elements. The nitrogen react with only few elements like calcium react with nitrogen, aluminium react with nitrogen, and magnesium react with nitrogen, and they form nitride. So tell me, what is the formula of calcium nitride?
Ca3NO2.
It is written in the book. Give the reason for this. Why we are writing C3N2 for the calcium nitride formula? What is the reason?
Ma'am, because nitride having 3 valency and that
Calcium
calcium
having
having 2 valency.
2 valency. Good
Two
answer.
valency.
Now, aluminium nitride. It is written in this way. Tell me, what is the valency of aluminium in this?
Two.
No, it is not 2. If it is having 2 valency, then 2 is putting here. Suppose we have cancelled 2 and 2. Same here, it is having 3 valency and it is having 3 valency, and 3 cancel out. So aluminum has 3 valency. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And the formula for magnesium nitride is same as the calcium. Mg3N2. 3 valency of nitrogen and 2 valency of magnesium written with the nitrogen. Now, here is an experiment is given. When a jar is filled with the nitrogen, when we are keeping a magnesium ribbon is lowered into the jar, burning ribbon of magnesium jar, it keeps on burning due to the formation of magnesium nitride. Haber's process. Haber's process is the process in which nitrogen react with the hydrogen. In this, nitrogen react with hydrogen in special condition. The temperature is 450 degrees Celsius and the pressure is 500 atmospheric temperature, and having the iron as a catalyst and molybdenum is a promoter, and it forms ammonia. It forms ammonia. And this reaction is reversible reaction. It means when reactant change into product, at the same time product is also converting it to the reactant. So they are on putting 2 arrows. This arrow shows the reversibility of a reaction. It means from reactant they forms product, and product again change into reactant. So this type of arrow shows the reversibility of a reaction. catalyst. Here word is coming catalyst. Catalyst is a substance which increase the rate of reaction. The presence of this iron in this reaction increase the rate of reaction. Or molybdenum is the promoter to promote the reaction go on. So they are the catalyst and promoter. The condition is 450 degrees Celsius temperature and 500 atmosphere pressure. And the process of forming ammonia with the reaction of nitrogen and hydrogen is known as Haber's process. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Some another types of reactions are there. When hydrogen is a gas, react with the fluorine is also gas, and they form hydrofluoric gas. It is also a gas, and it take place on room temperature. The condition for this reaction is room temperature. Another example of this is carbon react with the sulfur and forms carbon disulfide. This is carbon disulfide, solvent for sulfur. Hydrogen react with bromine, it forms HBr, hydrogen bromide. Then zinc react with bromine, then it forms ZnBr2. Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Another condition is element react with a compound. Element react with compound. It means in two cases, two reactant, one is element and other is compound. Here example is given. Carbon monoxide react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So carbon monoxide is a compound. Already carbon reacted with the oxygen and formed carbon monoxide. So it is a compound and this is element. One compound and one element forms another compound. Carbon monoxide burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Same here. Nitric oxide, they form nitric oxide. Nitrogen monoxide react with oxygen to form NO2. It is also in gaseous state. It's a reddish brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide. Then when it is a compound and it's a element and it is also compound. Another condition is when oxygen react with the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a compound, react with oxygen, it's an element and it forms SO3, sulfur trioxide, which is compound again. Here is a condition of platinum catalyst as a catalyst and temperature is 450 degrees Celsius is required to complete this reaction. Sulfur dioxide react with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide gas at 450 degrees Celsius temperature in the presence of platinum catalyst during the contact process. They are in contact, they are in touch. The next is FeCl2 react with chlorine and it forms FeCl3. So it's a compound already form. There are two elements and they are in compound form, ferrous chloride, and it is ferric chloride. Now this ferrous chloride react with chlorine, it change into ferric chloride. Then ferrous chloride react with the chlorine to form reddish brown flaky powder of ferric chloride. When phosphorus trichloride react with chlorine, then it change into phosphorus pentachloride on heating. So phosphorus trichloride react with chlorine to form phosphorus pentachloride. Here is the valency of phosphorus is 3 and here is the valency of phosphorus is 5. Another condition, when both the reactant are in compound form. Ammonia is in gaseous condition, react with HCl. It is also in gaseous state and they form NH4Cl and it is solid in state. Ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen is present there, so it is in compound stage. Hydrogen and chlorine is combined together already, so it is also in compound and it also another compound. When two compounds react to form third compound, that condition is two compounds react together to form third compound. Ammonia react with hydrogen chloride gas to form dense white fumes of, it is the white fumes of ammonium chloride. The next reaction is CaO, calcium oxide react with water. It is in liquid in condition and it is solid in condition, and then it forms CaOH whole twice. Calcium hydroxide or lime water, and which is solution, aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide. Is it clear? Calcium oxide is in compound form, water is also compound form, and they form another compound which is calcium hydroxide. Yes, someone is.
Yes.
You want to ask anything?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Another reaction is potassium oxide react with water to form potassium hydroxide. K2O react with H2O and it forms potassium, KOH. KOH is the formula for potassium hydroxide. Potassium, we have written the calcium hydroxide formula is this. Why we are writing this? Here is only one oxide is there, but here is the molecule of oxide is 2. Give the reason. Yes. Why we are writing hydroxide in two different ways? Here is a potassium hydroxide and here is a calcium hydroxide. In this we are writing KOH only. But in case of calcium hydroxide we are writing CaOH whole twice. Why we are writing this?
Ma'am, because
Because calcium valency is 2
valency is
Yeah,
2.
and
right answer.
hydroxide valency is 1.
Yes,
So
the
it means
valency
calcium
of
hydroxide.
calcium is 2 and the valency of oxide is 1. On interchanging them, so it is in compound form. So we are using bracket. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Metal oxide dissolve in water to form bases, whereas non-metal oxide dissolve in water to form acid. Metal oxide react with water to form bases. Non-metal react with water to form acid. See, metal oxide. Metal oxide is Na2O. Sodium is a metal. When it reacts with hydrogen, then it forms sodium hydroxide. Who is making noise? Where are all the participants?
Ma'am, the left.
Yes? Why they leave the class?
Only 2 are only there. Don't know, ma'am. Don't know, ma'am.
These are the metal oxide. I have to finish this topic. Na2O, then CO2. CO2 is a metal. Water. And they form base. Here is a non-metal. Carbon dioxide is a non-metal. Reacts with water and it forms H2CO3. And H2CO3 is a acid. So it is clear that metal oxide react with water to form base and non-metal oxide react with water to form acid. So many examples are there. Sulfur dioxide react with water to form H2SO3. It is sulfurous acid. And then SO3 react with water to form sulfuric acid, H2SO4. It's a sulfuric acid. And it is a non-metal. It is non-metal. P2O5 react with water. It is also non-metal. Phosphorus pentachloride react with water to form phosphoric acid, H3PO4. It is a phosphoric acid. Then NO2 react with water to form HNO2 and HNO3. Nitrous oxide and nitric oxide. There are three different conditions. So,
Ma'am, it is acid.
yeah, acid. It's acid. There are two acids, nitrous oxide and nitric oxide. When
Okay, ma'am.
Nitrogen pentaoxide react with water, then it forms nitric acid, HNO3. It's a nitric oxide. Now, in this way, we will finish the combination reaction. The decomposition reactions we will take in next class. Try to solve this worksheet.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.